Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Opening play, and Bo will throw. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, Sean, let's go! Ready?
It's Nix out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he rocks that tackler. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. Offense in a hurry up here.
Motion.
On 1st down, it's Nix. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. They've made it to 1st and goal on their opening drive, hoping to start this game with 6. Harvey has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's a return from the 7. And he's stopped on the run back of the 27. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Go.
Off the play fake, Burrow. He rolls to his right. Now here he goes. And on 1st down, only gets about a yard here. And the defender there to force him out.
But once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Burrow setting up the play action. Hits him on the in route. He's going to be brought down here at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
First down from the 42.
11 MT take. Here we go. 11, 12. Stop.
Play action now. Burrow escapes the pocket. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Broncos are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's going to get this down to the 9, and that puts him in goal to go.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
They'll try and punch it in. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bengals' 10-yard line.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal.
Hold on a second. Ready?
Here's Nix to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Broncos drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds well into enemy territory. It looks like he's right around the 40-yard line.
In his mind, when he hit the Jets and hit that right sideline, he thought he had himself a touchdown. He beat the coverage unit clean, and there was a whole bunch of green grass. Still, an excellent return to be proud of, and really setting this offense up now for some success.
One play action here. Burrow. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
Pass caught, 9-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Come on, ready?
11 MC. Here we go.
1st and goal, Cincinnati.
Hey, can.
From the red zone on 1st. He will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Pressure coming from Nix. Right man, it's Marvin Mims. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of 1. It's a 14-7 game. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at 2nd and 3.
Ready! Away, away, away! Away, away, away! Ball 11.
Get to Harvey here from the pistol. Escapes the defender. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Nix from the gun. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Ready!
2nd down. Here's Nix again. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Going left side. Here's Harvey. Keeps away from one. Harmon gain up about a handful there. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Almost set! Ready! Captain, 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 captain!
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And it's going to be 1st down Denver.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Ready! Bombers, bombers, bombers. Get him, get him!
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, or you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that. Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Bengals going time here. 6 DBs out there, 3rd down.
Go, go, almost set! Captain, ready! Ready! Behind!
3rd and long for him here. This finds Franklin. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Oh, what's that?
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 13-point lead. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos double their lead to 14.
Bengals 7. Jake Moody to kick off.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. He's going well so far. He's out of bounds to end the return, and Brock, that brings us to our 2-minute warning. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
11, ready? 11, 11. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. It is caught at the 20. He's out of bounds to end that one. Now our attention turns to that penalty marker. Back to the line they come, 2nd down.
Gun.
Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Burrow from the gun. All the left side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
On 2, ready?
Gain of 10.
Close.
The Bengals 1st down.
11,
Kick the running back in motion.
ready? Stop.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Dump off caught by his back. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Burrow now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle the line.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Finds the in route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some of these quarterbacks, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space and those completions outside the pocket.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Burrow on the play action. Buying some time right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
2nd and 10, so at the 28.
Right, 80. Right, up. 11, Thomas. 11, MT, Tate.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Complete out to the right. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Here we go.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he gets in, touchdown! The Bengals make it a one-score game before halftime. Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Bengals 14.
time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He's back to throw. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. To kick it away. Here's Moody. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the 2nd half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this 2nd half.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Completed to his running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Now they send their back in motion right. 3rd and short, it's Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Goes to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Rolling back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Will finds his back. Parking. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Out of Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Almost set. Ready.
Throwing here, Nix. Pass this one off to Harvey. And he has this one past the 15. Will start downhill into Bengals territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
11 MT. Here we go. 11. 180.
Play action now. Burrow. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Trying to find his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Hits him on the out route. He's got it in the red zone. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Almost set. Ready. Kill.
It's Harvey straight ahead. No up the middle, none outside either block, so give him just 2 yards on that carry. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Almost set. Ready.
And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
Captain.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
To the right,
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
A gain of 6 yards.
Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash.
A 26-yard attempt.
So that field goal gonna have to wait a little bit longer. That's the end of our 3rd quarter. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. A very short kick here from the right hash. Moody knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late. It puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, what better way to follow up one interception than by getting back out there and picking off another on the first play of the very next drive.
And think of all the work the offense just did on the sideline. Trying to cover, offense puts together a good plan, here's your adjustment, and in just one play, you flush it all down the toilet.
With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Nix, quick out wide, complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Nix from the gun. And they're going to score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos take a 3-possession lead.
Bengals 14.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. 11,
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Here's Burrow. Dumped off to his running back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Burrow. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw caught by his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense in the hurry up here. Running back motions right. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive, putting it into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
On 2, ready?
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 12, 18, stop.
Again, it's Burrow. Taking a deep shot here. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
11, let's get set. Right, 80, 11.
To the air again. It's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Now can't blame them looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down.
Here we go. Cut.
Running back sent in motion.
Ready, set. Cut.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Ready. Ready. Away.
3rd and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Moody knocks it through, and that extends the lead to 20.
He has another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So 1st down from the 41.
11. Here we go. Here. Cut.
Burrow on the play action. Going deep here for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, Kate, that's far from the first time we've seen him throw into the wrong team, but this one is probably the most costly.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A loss of 2. Brings up
Second down, give to Harvey. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on third down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos nearing their second win of the campaign. To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Now Nix. Pass brought in by Jennings. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
41-yard line.
Right up the gut. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves him with 3rd down and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Captain, ready? Go.
Here we go on 4th, Nix. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. So they go for it on 4th, partner, and they get it in a big way, 25 yards. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down.
Away. Ready? Away.
Nix now to throw. Sends this to the end zone. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th and long.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this. Going for it on 4th, Nix. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Here he goes, one final shot. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete, but no